Alright, this house is saying that they're having problems with the thermostat, saying like AC lost power or something. I don't know. But all I know is when I walked around to the back of the house to check to get to the back door so I could get open, there's two systems, one upstairs, one downstairs. This is already set to heat, fans on circ, so let's, I guess, turn this up. We'll just go to 68. And we will observe this and see what the heck that means. AC lost power. First thing that I'm thinking of is something up in the attic could be loose, not sending entire 24 volts to the thermostat, but I don't know. They're just saying intermittent issues. So I gotta sit here now and wait. And if this one doesn't do it and I start feeling heat come downstairs, I'll go upstairs and see if it's the upstairs system, because they didn't specify which one. Yay me. We got the return probe up there, supply over there. And I started to look at the thermostat and noticed the indicator up there, which could be if this has batteries, or that indicator is trying to signify that, or signal that we need to replace the filter here. I don't know. I'll have to remember how to show exactly what that alert does and go from there. It's also saying there's no Wi-Fi communication on it right now to, you know, control it from your phone or whatever. But from what I can tell, this downstairs is working. It hasn't given any issues. Matter of fact, since I want it to kind of restart anyway, I wonder if the batteries in it were dead. Does this have all the wires it needs? I see common, I see R. This doesn't need batteries in the first place. So get these up out of here. See if that gets rid of the indicator on there. If it doesn't, then I'm pretty sure that, I mean, just so I can remember, this is the TH6 320Z. All right. So let's see now. The alert went away, so I wonder if that was because of the batteries. But it's in a delay right now. Let's go. I'm gonna grab my probes from up there, and we're gonna go check the upstairs. All right, upstairs returned. I got a supply vent right there. And this thermostat, I don't know why this is so dirty, God. Showing the same symbol. So before I even raise the temperature and test the heat, I'm gonna do the exact same thing and see if these batteries are the reason for the alert. And pop that back on. Going to do fan circulate on there too, but just to show you guys where the equipment is, the downstairs unit is still running right now. There's a light in here. Downstairs unit, upstairs unit. Both of them, I don't see any drain safeties in here except for the pan switches, and each unit has their own individual pan and pan switch. There's no water in the pan, so I don't know if how that could, you know, that's not causing an issue with cutting 24 volts. There's no secondary drain switch anywhere. Both of these just go probably straight outside by the condensers. I've been here before. I don't think I made a video on it. I'm not 100% sure. No, I didn't. We just came here to do a leak search one time, and they didn't want us to do they didn't want to swap out the evap coil, so we just added a leak UV dye to it. I remember, because kind of took the tape off. I'll go ahead and fix that this time, since I was speed demon fast and forgot to do it. But let's check the filter on this one before I start it. Jesus Christ, this is stuck. Oh my God. Just got it out. And look at that mess. Look at that mess. That is crazy. And nobody came to put another filter in on this one. And this one is, you know, not as bad as that one, but they're both bad. Just put those right here. And I'll put this back. That's a nifty little way. They're using like S-locks to kind of form fit this cover piece in for the filter. It's kind of cool. I've never seen that before. It's the same way over here. Yep. Only some of it's covered by mastic. Oh, come on now. Come on. There we go. Alright, let me cut the upstairs on. That downstairs has not cut off yet, so. I don't know if they had like an inspector come by for, you know, selling the house or whatever. But now see, how is this one connected, but there's nothing connected downstairs? Am I tripping? There was an X on the one downstairs, right? Yeah. Whole house hardwood, but stairs are carpet. Math ain't mathin'. Oh, no, the alert came back, but that still has an X. All right. So I'll see. Let me look up how to do that one to see if that's the filter. All right, so I ended up coming back up here to this thermostat, hit menu, select alert, no Z-wave signal. Is that for the internet? Is that what? But the alert went away. So I think, but see, now there's an X here, but there wasn't an X here just a second ago. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit confused here. Is the alert going to be the same on this one? Menu, alert, same thing. All right. So no alerts on the thermostats now. Is that satisfied? That's not satisfied, but it's not calling for heat anymore. Why is... What's going on? What is the problem here? Okay, cut on. Is it not? Whoa, okay, it doesn't come on at that degree, a 2-degree swing. Oh, dude, am I really gonna have to go through the settings on there to make sure it's... All right. Let me go double checking. Let me see how to get to the text settings on this one. I couldn't find anything in the install settings for that thermostat that had to deal with changing the, what is the exact terminology I'm looking for? The difference between the temperature of the set point and what it's reading. Like on the Pro thermostats you guys see me put up, more often than not, it's going to wait till about 0.5 to 1 degree difference and change over to then, you know, activate the heat or the cool setting. And where my mind was thinking immediately was that maybe this one somehow was only changing when it was 2 degree difference, which it's not supposed to. But as I've been sitting here messing around with the tech settings, just making sure everything was set up for one heat, one cool system, um, getting rid of the filter reminder in here, um, it showed that it was reading 68. So I just set it to 69 and it just kicked on. So if I put it back to 68, that kicks off. All right. I mean, at this point in time, I'm not seeing any real. I'm seeing about a bunch of things that are like being a little wonky, but nothing that's cutting the 24 volts off to the system and giving whatever error that the inspector found. I wish I could like blow the image up and show it to you guys, but it wouldn't. I don't think it'll look right. Possibly, I may try when I'm trying to put this all together, but it was difficult for me to even read what the typed out message was in the photo that was sent to us with the email or whatever. So to even try to blow up the picture of the Honeywell thermostat inside another picture, it's too much editing for me. So whatever is there is just gonna be there. But I'm at the upstairs thermostat now. You can tell because this is the dirty one. It's reading 68 up here, set to 70. I mean, reading 70, set 68. I don't know what else really to do. I really don't. It's not a dual fuel system. It's just straight AC, one stage cool or heating. I'm gonna take off the blower panels and everything for these, and see if any of the thermostat wiring is loose inside the panel. So that's the next step. That's the best I'm gonna do on this. Or at least the only thing I can know next what to check for. All right, so we're gonna go through this together, y'all. R isn't loose. It's connected to the pan switch, so if that ever fills up with water, the whole unit pretty much is going to turn off. Wire nut seems to be tight. The way they've got the wire ran, I'm not seeing any potential rub outs right here. That is a rubber grommet, so that's definitely not rubbed out on anything right here. Can pull this, and I'm just not feeling anything, and it just comes straight back to here. So I don't see any problem right there. That R was loose. It was kind of like hanging to the side, but not completely off. So I'm just gonna pop that back on there. Actually, I think I'm trying to take a pair of needle nose and see if I can make that a little bit tighter. Let's see here. Alright, and then oh yeah. Definitely stiffer. Pause. I don't like the blower motor wires kind of just laying there. Shoot, there's so much dust in here, and one of the wires has just been there for so long. And all that dust in there. Look at it. Look at it. I think this one's fine. I'm really not seeing any issues here. I don't know. I mean, the thermostat wire is literally, ours only tied into this for the switch, goes right into the board. So unless the thermostat is having some issues, I don't really know what to say about that one. But let's go over to the bigger one. Check this one out. We got kind of the same setup right here. Wire nuts tight. Wires come through here. Is it under some tape? Okay, yeah, it's under some tape. I don't know why, but let's see if I can get any slack to look in. I'm not feeling anything odd. It's definitely ran weird, but I'm not feeling anything weird right there. This is the same. This 24 volt right here is the same way. I gotta tighten this one. Needle nose go. Just kind of boing a little bit on the edges. Pop that sucker back in there. A little loose, but not as bad as it was. I'm at a loss for words, man. I don't know, dude. This is just stupid to me. I zip tied together some of the slack right here so nothing was just rubbing on the ground. Did the same thing from here so it's not anywhere on here anymore. I just tied the motor wires a little bit to right there. I'm going to put the panels back on and see if anything happens, but I don't think it will. I can't recreate the I think that's like the worst. That is unequivocally one of the worst times, or like worst things about when you're on like a service call, where like the complaint is something weird that you can't recreate. And it's like, you know, if you're talking to the homeowner or whatever, you know, most of the time I'm talking to a tenant, and it's just like, I'm really sorry I gotta say this, but I can't fix the problem if the problem's not there. So I'm gonna try to just word this as best I can on my end for the invoice, to just say like, hey, we checked out a lot of things that could be an issue, but nothing seems to be the issue. We arrived here and the technician couldn't get the same error code that whoever took a picture and found something wrong. Don't know. I even went to both thermostats, took the faceplate off, and started pulling all the thermostat wires to see if anything was like loosely coming out. Everything's snug in there. So I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Downstairs unit. Oh, peep the job they did on these. They weren't playing with no gaps on either of these inducer housings. First time I've seen somebody go all out on one of those. I would really hate for this to be like a callback, bro. I really would. I can't think of anything else to even check. Might have some. I did some zooming in on the picture that was sent with like the invoice and everything from the inspector person. The thermostat, after zooming in and trying to like make the picture a little bit clearer, I was able to see that the thermostat that gave the alert was the upstairs one. The upstairs one was also the unit that I found to have the like extremely dirty filter in. So I just cut off the downstairs unit, and I'm letting the upstairs unit run only. I should probably put it to test mode instead of just crank up the thermostat. It really won't matter. But we're gonna see if that was the issue. The filter, I'm wondering if the filter tripped the high limit, you know, because it was dirty, system couldn't breathe. If it tripped the high limit, then that would make the system cut off. I don't know necessarily about cutting off 24 volts to the thermostat, but I could see it cutting the system off. So we're just gonna watch the big boy and see if I can get a flash code. Even though these units have different control board, like this one was blue, this one was tan, that's a December unit, That's a May unit, both from the year 2019. Come on, baby, mess up. I don't want no callbacks. Mess up. Just might be on to something. Moved my return probe to there, supply probe up there, and I've got about a 65 degrees split right now. And manufacturer data plane calls for anywhere 40 to 70. And this was the filter that was in there. So I'm gonna slap this back in and then test that all over again. So what I'm gonna do first, because I don't want to really have to, I'm just gonna satisfy the thermostat. Catch y'all in a second. All right. I got the filter back installed the exact same way I pulled it out, and we are on a 1, 2, 3 short, 1, 2, 3 long fault code. So 33 limit circuit fault, maybe. That was the issue. The Delta T, I didn't even get a chance to the Delta T didn't even get a chance to really like rise. I think right as it cut off, I took a screenshot. It's reading like 62 degrees, but that's just 62 degree temp diff up there. There's no telling how much, obvious. I'm not about to do it right now because I pretty much just verified the diagnosis. I don't know how dirty this evap coil could be, but it could be fairly. I mean, I have to assume by the amount of dust and everything that was in the return, some of that's on the coil. It's stuck there. It's holding in a little bit more heat. But what's really worse about it, I'm gonna have to cut the system off for this one. This is how I pulled it out. I know I was messing with it earlier and like I took a minute, but this is how I pulled it out. Exactly like this, right? You can see that this side is being sucked in, and this mesh side right here, which is supposed to stop the filter from being sucked all the way in there, is on this side. Whoever installed this installed it the wrong way. If I'm looking at the arrow, air is not going where this filter is going. The air isn't going away from the unit. It's coming into it. So it should have been like this. Now, air would have been getting pulled in, and because of the mesh right here, the filter wouldn't have got sucked inwards. But that was the issue. Because when I went to go put the thermostat back in heat after installing the filter, right, this is probably still going to be tripped. So I turned the power back on. Let's wait to show that the board is lit up. All right. At this point in time, I would normally assume the thermostat, since it's straight power to the unit, would be lighting up, but it's not. And I found this out, a couple minutes ago before it tripped. When I turned the unit off immediately with the switch, and I put the filter back in there, I cut it back on. I came over here to make sure it's still in heat mode, and this did not kick on until the board stopped giving a 33 flash code. So this is the first time I've ever come across that. I don't know if that's a carrier thing, but I've worked on a bunch of furnaces and it's tripped the high limit, which on this system is right there. That's the limit that's getting tripped. I've been on a bunch of furnaces where that trips and it'll be straight wired to the thermostat, and the thermostat's still operating. So maybe it's a Z-Wave thing, whatever T6 this kind of is, but dirty filter was the problem. Cool. Lesson of the day is that sometimes a dirty filter can cause the thermostat to lose power due to the system tripping out on thermal overload, or high limit, whatever you want to call it. That's new for me, man. That's so new for me. Oh man, with all that being said, guys, this is my last call for the day. If you stuck around and watched the whole video and laughed at my mistakes, or were confused just like me, go ahead, smash that like button. Share this video with somebody else you think would have been confused and or would have already gotten the answer right. With all that being said, I will see you guys on the next one. Everybody have a great rest of your day.